peered through the window, brightening up the dark room where Soraya and Tahir slept in. As for the two siblings, they were lying on the floor together, with Soraya having snuggled against her brother at some point in the middle of the night. It wasn't until the sunlight shone directly onto their faces did they finally wake up. Good morning, brother, Soraya greeted with a yawn. Good morning, sister, Tahir greeted with a tired smile before yawning as well. We should get ready to meet up with the others. I assume they're waiting for our arrival. Probably, Soraya replied. We should be getting up by now. Yes, we should, Tahir agreed before getting up and stretching his limbs while Soraya did the same. Despite the tense situation that occurred yesterday, and with the gurus revealing the prophecy to them regarding the defeat of Dahak, Soraya couldn't help but find peace within this moment. Given how her brother did save her life and offered her words of comfort, along with having let her sleep next to him in the middle of the night, she felt more comfortable around her brother and was eager to spend time with him as much as she could. It was the least she could do, since she had never heard of him before until yesterday. Once the two got ready to head back to the main sanctum, where the other sky monks and nuns were, they left the room, but not before encountering Yasika, who had arrived at the entrance. Oh, you're awake, Yasika asked with surprise. At least it'll make things easier for me. The rest of us are waiting for your arrival in the main sanctum. I figured they would, Tahir replied before following after Yasika with Soraya in tow. Let us see what they have planned for today. Right, Yasika agreed with a nod before guiding the two towards the sanctum. As they walked towards the place they needed to go, Soraya decided to make some small talk with Yasika in an attempt to get to know her better. Call her overly trusting or maybe too social for her own good, but Soraya wanted to at least befriend the Sky Nun since she was here after all, and maybe learn a bit more about the sanctuary while she was at it. So, Soraya began, how long have you been a Sky Nun? Me? I'd say probably my whole life, Yasika revealed. Though, to be fair, I have yet to achieve my rank as an official Sky Nun due to me still being an apprentice and all. I see, Soraya remarked. What do the Sky Nuns and monks do here exactly? Well, for one thing, we try to live an ascetic life as much as we can, Yasika explained. Most of the time, we grow food on the mountains, train on how to wield the element of air, practice some self-defense at times, read up the old scriptures, meditate, and learn how to heal others to the best of our abilities. We sometimes venture out in Avesta, helping the locals as much as we can, while making sure to avoid getting into skirmishes or conflicts with others who do not appreciate our presence. We even recruit those who wish to live away from the more corrupted aspects of Avesta, along with adopting orphans who are left without homes or families to begin with. Is that right? What about you then? How did you end up in the Sky Monk Sanctuary, if you don't mind me asking? Soraya asked. To be honest, the details of my early life are a bit of a blur, Yasika began, as she recalled her background. According to the gurus, I was found as a baby swaddled in cloth near a village that had been abandoned. Apparently, the damage was caused by none other than the Deves, along with some raiders who were hoping to grab whatever looked valuable to them. Guru Ishana, along with the monks and nuns that were with her, managed to drive them out using their powers over air before retrieving me as the raiders tried to kill me. Oh my goodness, Soraya uttered in horror. That's horrible! Indeed, Yasika remarked grimly. I would have died had Guru Ishana not saved me. In fact, she was the one who found me first and became the closest thing I had to a mother. Oh, that's sweet, Soraya commented with a smile. At least you had a parental figure of some kind to look up to. Yes, I suppose I do, Yasika replied with a smile of her own. Once the three of them finally arrived at the sanctum, where everyone else was waiting for them, they all took their seats, with Yasika heading to hers, which was a bit further away from Soraya and Tahir's. As soon as everyone else got settled into their seats, Guru Nakul began his speech. Good morning, everyone, he greeted in a warm, grandfatherly tone. Good morning, Guru, the rest of the assembly responded in kind, bowing the entire time. Good morning, Tahir and Soraya greeted with a polite bow of their own. Good morning to you all, like Mahid greeted. We have a very special day ahead of us. Now that the chosen duo have arrived, it is time that they prepared for their quest. Where shall we start? Soraya asked. You said that the prophecy involved us gaining allies and gathering an army to help us take down Dahak and his forces. Yes, we did, Ishana confirmed with a nod. First, you must find a hunter. A hunter who was born from a man who defied Dahak and lived to tell the tale until his eventual passing. Then you must find a warrior who was a child of the Rumi tribe, along with a mighty warrior whose strength matches that of 1,000 men. After that, you will find others that will join your entourage, with their families and clans also joining your cause. And who are these others that we are to look for? Tahir questioned. That you must find out on your own, Mahid replied in a mysterious tone. Only by Mazda's power may you find these allies and bring them here to help you on your quest. I see, Soraya replied. Very well then, we should get ready to go find the allies and hopefully find out more info on how we can deal with Dahak. Yes, you will, Nakul agreed with a nod. We also have someone from our community that will accompany you on your quest. Really? Who? Soraya asked, prompting Ishana to glance towards Yasika's direction, much to the young woman's shock. Yasika, Ishana declared, you will accompany the princess and her brother on their quest. Murmurs of surprise and curiosity spread throughout the assembly, with Yasika being the most surprised by the fact that she of all people was chosen to accompany Soraya and Tahir. What? Why me of all people? Yasika thought to herself. Could this be some kind of test? A test for me to achieve my rank as an official Sky Nun? Yasika? Ishana asked with concern, snapping Yasika out of her personal thought. Huh? Oh, yes, sorry, Yasika replied as she got up from her seat and stood before the three gurus. But am I really ready for something like this? We believe you are, young one, Ishana assured. You have learned much during your time in the sanctuary, but have yet to travel to the outside like the rest of your brothers and sisters. Besides, this will give you an opportunity to learn more about the outside world while helping the princess and her brother, Mahid added. Consider this an unorthodox learning experience, especially since you will be helping out with the prophecy. You really think so? Yasika asked with hope in her tone. We do, Ishana replied with confidence. We have taught you the ways of the sanctuary and believe you're ready to undertake your personal journey across Avesta. Hearing this filled Yasika's heart with hope and confidence, prompting her to smile before bowing before the gurus again. Thank you. I won't let you down, Yasika thanked with earnest dedication. We know you won't, Ishana responded. You will do well in this journey and learn more about yourself along the way. After hearing this, Yasika sat down beside Soraya and Tahir, well, mostly Tahir in fact, who were also quite pleased to hear that she would be accompanying them. Upon closer inspection, Soraya noticed that Yasika was once again blushing, only this time it seemed as though Yasika was blushing when in close proximity towards her brother. Ooh, what's this now? Soraya thought to herself with intrigue. Maybe I should ask Yasika more about her relationship with my brother when I get the chance. Everyone, you are dismissed, Guru Nakul ordered. Yasika, go to your room and gather supplies for your trip. You will be needing it. Yes, Guru, Yasika replied before getting up from her seat and heading to her room as fast as she could to prepare. After that, the sky monks and nuns retreated to their scheduled events and chores, with some staying around to help Soraya and Tahir. The two of them were given a proper bath, with Soraya especially needing it since she didn't get a chance to wash herself. Thankfully, the mountains were able to provide natural hot springs for both of them to sink in, separately of course, before Soraya was given a new outfit to wear. While it wasn't as regal or fancy like her coronation outfit, it at least fit her and had less layers compared to the previous one. It had a more muted brown and orange color scheme with less colorful and fancy designs, but it would do since Soraya could move easier in it. She also had a brown cloak that would help cover her head and either keep the sun from hurting her eyes or avoid the sharp winds and cold rains that would most certainly come her way. She was even given a new pair of shoes by the sky nuns that not only fit her feet, but also allowed her to walk much easier compared to the shoes she wore earlier, which also got damaged along with her coronation dress by Dahak. As for Tahir, he didn't have to worry about wearing clothes due to him already being covered in feathers and fur, but given how he was to help fly Soraya and Yasika around the world of Avesta, he was given a special saddle made specifically for him, which also functioned as a special carrier for certain items. Given how strong he was as a Gryphon, he was more than capable of carrying two people on his back, as well as physical baggage for the journey. After an hour of preparation, packing, and cleanup, the three of them stood at the entrance of the temple where Soraya and Tahir first arrived. The entire community, along with the gurus, were also present to bid the trio farewell on their journey. I can't believe this is actually happening, Soraya said with excitement. You have no idea how much I agree with that sentiment, Tahir agreed with a nod. I have been waiting a long time to finally start this journey with you. Let's see. I believe we have packed everything we needed for the journey, Yasuka said as she double-checked the supplies. Hopefully it will last us for the next few months if possible. But if we do run out of supplies, we can at least forage for food or scavenge as a last resort. Well, I can always hunt for food, so you don't have to worry about me, Tahir replied. Nonsense, Soraya insisted. We have plenty of food for all three of us, so you don't need to worry about having to save the rest for me and Yasuka. Alright, then, if you insist, Tahir conceded, knowing that he couldn't argue with his sister's selflessness. So, guess this will be goodbye for now? Yasuka asked the gurus. Yes, it is for now, Ishana replied in a gentle tone. Rest assured, we believe you will succeed in helping Tahir and Soraya on their quest, Mahid assured the young woman. You may even learn more about yourself on this journey and discover who you really are in the process, Nakul explained. I will miss you all, Yasuka replied as she bowed one more time, but not before giving Guru Ishana a hug. We shall miss you too, Ishana responded as she returned said hug. Be careful out there and remember your training. I will, Yasuka replied as she returned to Tahir and Soraya's side. Thank you all for the hospitality you have shown me for the last 5 years, Tahir began while bowing before them. I am truly grateful for the kindness you have shown me and won't forget it. I would also like to thank you for taking in my sister while I'm at it. I can assure you that your faith in us will not be misplaced, and we will fulfill the prophecy as stated. Yes, we will, Soraya exclaimed. Once we find the other allies, we'll be able to defeat Dahak and save all of Avesta. A resounding cheer was heard from the audience, with the gurus nodding and smiling in approval. Once that was done, Soraya and Yasuka got on Tahir's back, with the Gryphon prince ready to take flight once again. You ready for this? Tahir asked his sister and friend. The two ladies nodded, with Soraya being the most eager to begin their quest. Born ready, Soraya declared with a smile. Let's do this! Yes, let's do this, Yasuka replied in a shyer tone, but no less excited. Alright then, let's fly, Tahir announced as he spread his wings and took off, with the two ladies holding on. The rest of the sky monks and nuns waved and said their farewells to the trio, praying for their success. I just hope they succeed, Ishana commented, especially Yasuka. I'm sure she'll be in good hands, or rather claws in this case, Mahid assured the female guru. We have waited a long time for the prophecy to be fulfilled. If anyone can defeat Dahak, it's them. But it is not Dahak we should be worried about, Nakul revealed in a rather ominous tone. There are also the Deves that serve as Dahak's main forces that were given to him by the Evil One himself. I can only pray to Omurasa that he will protect them and be their guide in these troubling times.